당그 제발서는 깨버 코네 깨지기지야 차도.
So this momentary changes, that the process of momentariness that all things go through is not because there is a further sort of secondary condition that makes things become momentary, but rather it is the very cause that led to the thing to come into being that is also the cause of its destruction. One could say that within the cause of its origin there is also a cause of its cessation or destruction.
태양 깨지 당부 깨지 입에 두수 마대바디 예 차이면다고 시기하라 이제 조조디 깨지 당부 럼균이네 집에 주는 좋습니다.
So so this transient nature this momentary transient nature can not only be understood in terms of an entity, the first instance not staying, not enduring during its second instance or second moment, but also the fact that when the first instance comes into being, it is not static, it is moving towards its own cessation.
세상 같은 데기 다그 깨버 코네 지게랑 신도 두대가 인도산에 깨지기 지게야디 친중 두시야나 뜨는 령이 깨지기 두 코네 쳐셔지.
So since everything comes into being right at the beginning, the very birth of things comes together with its seed or potential for its dissolution or destruction. So one could say that the destruction or cessation of things and events does not need a secondary further condition.
So
therefore, in Buddhism, all things or phenomena are said to be sort of other-powered. They are under the power of their causes. They are under the control of their causes.
디 지르한도 셴. 귀 샹완지 임베 최예는 동행임베 캡더스가 말했대. 다 안다대. 제라도마 다 풍부감만 상당한 거야. 다 풍부감만 상당한데 풍부디 루야디 계시기 두. 디 샹완지. 땅을 안 좋아한다. 녀활로 풍부디 계시기 두 가르스는 말해 버렸어. 자, 근데 인정 안 해서 풍부 머리에 샹왕도 예르시했다. 머리에 샹왕도 예봐 주잖아. 머리에 샹왕도 예봐 드시도 라와메 봐. 동네에는 신바. 다디 지시 머리고 마세 봐도 다 가다 동네들이 타들내도 차도. 다 감숨 씹어숨기. 네, 상당해. 체지직 상당해. 지금 그게 동네 문주고 지주로 예매 특별 개발 여봐서 마다 싸와 다 씹어서 가봐 여친절이야 지시 머리고 상황도 여친절이야 아니 거봐
so once you have developed that sort of that kind of understanding of the transient nature of reality or phenomena, then you can situate your understanding of dukkha within that context and then sort of reflect upon our existence, our aggregates of mind and body, our very existence as an individual in this samsaric world. We know that given that it is, it has come into being. It has come into being as a result of its own causes and conditions. Therefore, it must be also other-powered. It must be also under the control of the causal processes that gave rise to its coming into being. So in the case of, however, in the context of our own existence within the samsaric world, the causes that we are referring to here are nothing other than our fundamental confusion or marikpa or ignorance and the delusory states that the confusion give rise to. So we know that so long as we are under the domination or under the control of this fundamental confusion, and the delusions and the afflictive emotions that the delusion give rise to, then there is no room for a lasting joy or lasting happiness. Of course, within the three realms of existence, we can talk about comparatively sort of more joyful states of existence. We can talk about relatively joyful existence. But however, so long as we remain within this samsaric world, wherever we are, whether in the form realm, formless realm, or desire realm, so long as we remain under the power or domination of these twin forces, the fundamental confusion and the delusions that this confusion give rise to, there is no scope for lasting joy. And so ultimately, or in final analysis, we are in a state of suffering or dukkha. So that is the meaning of this third sort of understanding, third level of understanding of dukkha.
Marikwa sene ming bena marikwa mo shiruzanya menja shayare. Adari thazota dami düzüyle çara monguchi yebe khabarle marikwa di shayuzane menja khabayare. Ni jiunggi manaz marikwa sene sekoyako manzo dewan dugyaro dungen dugo marwa. Redi ini ko 간다지 동해 민주신도 동해 영야지 가진 치고래 몽바왕 셔도 사역자 자자가 말이고 생긴 다시 야우도 딱다르
So although this fundamental ignorance, or I've been using the word confusion, the Sanskrit word is avidya, which literally means ignorance. Although according to different sort of interpretations of the fundamental Buddhist doctrine of anatma, or no self, there are different interpretations of what is meant by this avidya, or ignorance. However, the general meaning that is common to all of these schools is an understanding that there is an ignorance, a fundamental ignorance at the root of our existence. The reason is quite simple, because we all know that from our own experience, what we deeply aspire is to gain happiness, and what we try to avoid is to avoid suffering. However, our actions and our behavior leads to more suffering, and it does not lead to the lasting joy and happiness that we seek. So this must surely mean that we are operating within an ignorant sort of a way of thinking. So that is the fundamental confusion that is at the root of our existence.
nyere dunge, tundru dunge, yidag dunge, dende yang samna semliya kuche. En hai dunge, dan jing dela, daga ne jing kamkong hai dunge, dende ge samna dana, ya jing semliya shida pendo yedeba, dende yang do kawre. Ya rikha sheliya, ngarab tewe, ya rikrib chikdi, kana ini mi luden sayadi, ngazu ngontu dina ne mi luden di sangushil tsigore. 상고질 지대세 류다가 딱게가 넣지 동에다 머리에 샹왕도 주고도 삼단 용도 해나 아우다 작실지야 돼 급도 들리면 되겠네 다시 나도 따지면서 정도 왔습니다.
So when reflecting on the nature of dukkha according to the Buddhist teachings, for some practitioners, of course, reflecting upon the sufferings in the specific realms, such as the realms